feels like, it smells like. I don't know. It seems like this is a revolution.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to AEW 100, the 100th episode of the All Elite Podcast, right here in the No Holds Barred Network, your source for all wrestling podcast content and more. I am your host, as always, your master of ceremonies, your self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, and I guess I'm being referred to now as the Canadian Destroyer in one of our shout-outs today. I'm joined by the one and only, she is the Queen of the Indies, the Heartbreak Chick, the EVP of Giggles, can't forget that one, Tiffany.
Reversed it today. Okay, I guess we're starting off different going forward.
I don't know. Like, do we just start fresh? Like, do we come with like new graphics and just like new everything starting next week?
It's very serious right now. I need to lick my husband's. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh boy. So
husbands. I mean, we see your husbands. You know, like but these
I
are
had
my
to.
husbands.
I had to keep it a list of husbands related. So I got my boys over here, this way, and then I got Tiff's got hers over there. Orange Cassidy and Trent. Okay. Relax.
Sorry.
That was the 100th episode, but we gotta stay true to us and not be the creepy podcast.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna turn around and do that. That's my boy. That's my boy Sean Spears up there. Anyways.
Oh my God.
Yes,
I'm
here,
gonna get
100.
I'm gonna get emotional this episode.
Are you seeing the chat? I gotta point this out. I am a troll. I will admit I am a very big troll sometimes. And I always go into a Kenny for Your Thoughts podcast's chat, and I'm a big instigator against Kenny. You can already see starting in ours right now. So Kenny, the heat's still real with us. I love Brandon. I can't.
Oh,
I'm always gonna say it should be called a Brandon for Your Thoughts podcast. I'm gonna advocate that till I die. I'm just saying.
But Kenny's like one of my side bitches. So like, what the hell?
You're what?
He's on the list of side bitches.
Oh, is this a new list? Are we introducing a new list? The list of side bitches?
No, this started on the Kenny for Your Thoughts podcast like a while ago.
Okay.
Yeah, list of side bitches. He's number one.
Well, anywho, guys, welcome to AEP 100. Finally, we are here. This is going to be a giant celebration episode here on the All Elite Podcast. Can't believe we've done 100 episodes. And I hope to our other friends out there who have podcasts too, we'll be there to celebrate with you guys. So glad you guys are here celebrating with us and our AEP fans as well. Big episode planned for today. We have a lot of clips that I've clipped. I think about a little bit over 30 clips from the history of our podcast. I found a lot of funny ones and ones I completely forgot about that we even talked about. And Tiff, you mentioned it. I was showing her all the clips from what I've called you. She's like, why don't we do this anymore? I'm like, you know what? Yeah, we need to start like recreating the next AP 200. We better have more than 30 clips. I'm just saying.
Oh God.
We got to start turning, you know, how you would say on that ish. Like,
I think
got to be more on that ish.
I think one of the clips that Kyle showed me, I was dying laughing, but like it happened when he was showing it to me that I was laughing, but it was the way that I was laughing. Kyle's like, that's creepy, because he goes, you did the same exact thing. He was like that. I was like, well, I am who I am, right? Like,
so I had the Skype call on one half of the screen, and then I was showing her the clip on the other half of the screen. And the way she laughed and the motions of her in the clip, she did the exact same thing at the exact same time and laughed at the exact same pace. And I'm like, okay, that's creepy.
Well, I am me, right? I stay true to who I am. And like we always say, I think me and Kyle are friends now, like what, 4 years? I think it is. I think we've gone into our
Yeah.
4th year.
I
And
think so, yeah. When you
it's crazy.
when you discovered my old podcast.
Oh, the no hold bar.
And I discovered. Sorry, I think it actually started me discovering your podcast.
Yeah,
your old one, That Ass podcast. That ass. That booty podcast.
Yeah, so it's just a crazy journey with me and Kyle. That's why I say I'm going to be very emotional. I feel like this episode because
no.
it just reminisces of everything with me and Kyle and the No Holds Barred Network and AEW and stuff. And so if I start crying, like I apologize now because I'm that girl and Kyle knows it. Kyle's like he just knows it. He'll tell me, "Don't cry, don't cry." Yeah.
But I guess we had to thank off the bat AEW to begin with, because there would be no All Elite podcast without AEW, and what they've done in this short year, it hasn't even been an exact year of Dynamite even, what they've done creating the love for professional wrestling and the more love into that community has been incredible. And because of AEW, me and Tiff have found a calling to podcast together, and we've loved it ever since. We never had one episode where we did not look forward to talking about AEW. So like this has been an incredible journey, and we hope it continues on as AEW will continue on. And we'll just keep doing us, keep doing you, Tiff. I'll keep doing me.
That's right.
And we'll put the work and do the work. And what was that? What do you got there?
I feel like we gotta pop a little bubbly.
Little bubbly. And for you, I have to say this right at the beginning, for you audio listeners out there, I did decide to put this on audio, but I know it's going to be tough to see what we're kind of talking about sometimes, so I hope you come over to YouTube and you watch at least the clips as well. I know it's going to be tough, but I know some of the clips you really don't need picture for context, but if they want to. Oh, God, are you already popping it?
I'm trying to get the wrapper off first, but
okay, don't hurt yourself.
I can't promise that, but I'm just trying to get the wrapper off right now.
Oh God, we might see an incident live on the air here. You're live on YouTube and Facebook, Tiff. Say hi for one, and don't hurt yourself.
Hi. How's it going? I'm having quite the difficulty. You know, it's funny because we actually have a clip like that. Okay.
It's funny you say that, Kenny. We do have a mimosa pool. I have it set up right over here.
Oh,
and
that's...
uh-oh. What happened? Oh, there was no pop? Is that an omen? That better not be an omen.
God, we're cursed on the podcast.
We're done. That's it. 100 episodes. That's it. We're done. Cut it. There's no pop of the bubbly. We're done. Let's this is going to be the final episode of All Elite Podcast. I'm sorry, guys.
I put it because it was cute and I had to be a little bit girly because it had hearts on it. Okay? But, you know, there are some champagnes that have the cork and then there are champagnes that have the twist off. So, but it did fizzle because as I was taking the what's it called? The wrapper off, it would... But it didn't give that...
Well, Tiff...
effect. I'm kind of upset right now. Well then.
I guess I can't blame you. I can blame the champagne company.
Tell me. I feel attacked right now.
I tried to go get some bubbly last night. Here's the story, guys. I went to try to get bubbly last night. I went to the liquor store. They were all out of the cheap one just for the podcast. I know I should be spending a lot on my own podcast, but the most expensive, they had like very, very expensive champagne. I wasn't really ready to drop that kind of money for champagne. So I tried to go to my other liquor store, and then it was closed for renovations. I'm going like, okay, what the heck's going on? So I just...
in the chats. Hey, Kyle.
Oh, the other Kyle. He's on the list of Kyles, by the way, which will that was one of the clips we have. But since you had the, sort of pop the bubbly, I can sort of pop bubbly at the same time too, but not exactly that kind of bubbly. How about bubbly sparkling water? Here, I'm gonna pop it. Here it goes. Oh.
Okay. See, I feel a little better now that
Gotta love that bubbly sparkling water.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, are you gonna cheers with me with something?
Oh, okay, yeah, here. This. 3,
I thought you were gonna cheers the other thing.
Okay, yeah. Or should I save that for later? Because there's a clip that has to do with it. Maybe I should save that for later.
Okay, we can save it
Okay,
for later.
so
All right. So
here we go, guys.
cheers.
Cheers to 100 more episodes.
100 more episodes to you and to all our fans out there. We appreciate you so much. So let's see how this is.
Yes, you too. Bubbly. How is it? Can we get a general reaction here?
You did get a general reaction from me.
Just kind of looked at the cup and went, ooh.
I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Oh, anywho, Rihu. Yeah. So, 100 episodes. Again, like Tiff said, thank you to you fans out there. And I guess before we get into any celebration shenanigans, we'll do two things here. One, we will announce the winner of the contest. I went through the picking the name out of the hat generator right before the podcast here, and we chose one, whoever retweeted with the two hashtags. And then we'll talk about Dynamite very quickly, briefly, so we can not to waste too much time here, and then we'll get into the celebrations. So the winner of the contest will win anything of their choosing from our new No Holds Barred wrestling podcast, No Holds Barred Network store. God, I kind of went into a time machine there.
Really did.
But yeah, our No Holds Barred Network store, guys, it's an amazing store. It's up right now. Lots of cool looking t-shirts. There's coffee mugs you can choose from, stickers, tank tops, masks, a lot of cool looking things on there, guys. So go check it out if you haven't. So the winner of the free any item you want from the store, you just let us know, is our boy Black Baymax on Twitter.
Oh, congrats,
so he was choosing.
Chris.
I think it's
Very
Chris.
nice.
That's it, Chris. So Chris, if you're watching this back, I'll tag you after the pod's done. You win our contest. You were randomly selected through the name in the hat generator I have there.
Cool.
So he will win something from our store. And then now let's quickly talk about Dynamite last night. No, it's fresh on everybody's mind right now. A lot of crazy stuff happened. I mean, Tony Khan, he did tell us in the presser that, you know, Dynamite this week is going to be a huge episode, and it was. It was a lot of promos, more promos. I think it was like an equal share of promos and matches, which is really good.
The promos, Kyle, right? Like, I love AEW for its promos, and I think I put that as a tweet last night too, right? Like, so, and then I was like, man, I could listen. Like, Eddie Kingston is the true New Yorker. You're okay, but oh my God, he's just give me him all day on promos.
So what do you think of that? Because you see what he said at the end, saying that he's like, do your research. I never got eliminated. So apparently he didn't go over the top rope. I haven't gone back and looked. If someone has in our chat, let us know. Apparently he didn't go over the top rope. Well, so technically he never got eliminated.
He was sitting on the top. He was kind of pulled over because he was trying to...
Isn't that considered still going over the top rope, though?
I mean, he kind of put himself over. So are we going to get a storyline with this now? So I love it. I really wanted him to win the Royal. So, I mean, I'm all for it.
The Royal?
The Royal. Battle Royale. Excuse me. Battle Royale. Well, everybody says it differently. Yeah. So, the Battle Royale. So...
That'll be interesting. I wonder where they're going to go with that. And then you saw there's a lot of deception between the Lucha Brothers and, you know, Butcher and Ableo trying to get them together. And there's that friction between Phoenix and Lucha. Penta. I wonder if they're going somewhere with that.
Man, they keep like teasing that they're going to split up and like.
Because if I'm not mistaken, they had a singles feud together in Lucha Underground.
Okay, but we're not gonna, we're not gonna think about that. We're gonna think about this is AEW, and like I can totally see this. It would be interesting to see, but I mean, I still feel like they're one of the best tag teams in AEW. So at the same time, I wouldn't want it, but it would be interesting to see them as single run.
Okay, and I also saw too. Someone in our chat says he went under the bottom rope, so that's interesting. And two, he took a shot at Pac. So I wonder if Pac's going to play into that, and because remember the death triangle between the Lucha Brothers. That's. We talked about that when this was first brought together, so I don't know what's going on with that.
Oh, man. Okay, well, Brad's saying that it was through the middle rope. See, this is what, everybody's saying different. So
I'll have to go back and watch exactly.
But we could definitely get, a really good feud and a very good storyline going forward with this. Again, like I said, I'm a huge Eddie Kingston fan, so I would love to see that, and that would be interesting, Kyle. That like Pac comes back, and then he gets up in the face of it in Kingston, and that the triangle. Oh my God, storytelling, guys! It's real deal.
So what did you make of the Matt Hardy announcement? I thought that was it was very
wholesome.
good.
Yeah, it was very wholesome. And then you saw his wife with the baby, which I was surprised that was going on. I saw a lot of hate on social about it. Because I know like what she was tweeting on social after All Out, and she was pissed, and I don't blame her. I mean, I'm a female. I wouldn't want my husband to, be getting hurt, and I'd be worried. So
I think it's just tough because she's got a history of being out there on Twitter. So, and it didn't help. She tweeted out this morning too, like criticizing the people checking in on her. So, anywho,
it was good. I enjoyed it.
So it looks like he's going away for a little bit just until he gets cleared again. So that's all right. So maybe it was a bad concussion. I know they're saying at first it wasn't. Maybe maybe some scans revealed maybe there was or something that's going to require him to take some time off. So we'll see how it goes with that. A lot of other promos were really good. I love the whole like John Moxley. He's always a good promo. MJF's always a good promo. We got,
oh my God. Can we talk about, because like it was probably for me the match of the night was Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss versus Jericho and Jake Hager. Like oh man, I am so sold with Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss.
You know what's funny about that? It looked like Jericho was battling a younger version of himself a lot of times in that match. It looked like older Jericho and younger Jericho. I got that vibe, and because they're both basically wrestling the same style. And but I think you're right. I like them. It's interesting to see Hager and Jericho together. That's probably due to Sammy's injury, because Jericho even said after the match that him and Hager are entering the tag team division. They're going to make a run for the titles. I don't know how much stock AEW is going to put into that. I don't see them being the future tag team champions. It would be cool because Jericho, at least, I think he probably wants to hold every title in AEW at least once before he's done.
Right.
So
I mean, it's weird because me personally, like I would like Jericho and Sammy together. But I feel like Sammy, with his singles run, but I liked it better. I'm not huge on Hager, but I feel like my boys are gonna die next week. But the way that the storyline seems like it's going, but I don't know. I really love Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss together. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, they seem to have a lot of really good chemistry. I really love that. That's for us. AEW was I thought it was good. The main event was pretty good. It was a solid match between Dustin Rhodes and Brody Lee. I love the storyline they're creating there, even with like bringing out QT Marshall and laying out the Nightmare Family again. Wasn't sure why Anna Jay wasn't out there of any kind. Not sure what was going on with that, because like Dark Order was seen twice all night, and I didn't see Anna Jay anywhere. I don't know what was going on with that. I did see a backstage video of Tanara Conti or Ty Conti with Dark Order, and then Anna Jay showed up there. So it looks like they're kind of recruiting Tay Conti in a way. I know she had her debut match, which was amazing. I love that big signing of hers. That was probably a very, very, very good signing for the women's division. She brings a lot to it with her style of wrestling too. So I think she can be a key factor there. And then, the other big surprise, the best man for Kip and Penelope Ford. It was hilarious what they did before the actual best man came out with that big guy coming out.
That's Puff.
And then
that's Puff.
And then Brian Pillman Jr.
Yes.
Oh, that was all hilarious. But then it's Miro. I was like, okay, that shocked me, because I honestly thought that I believed him. I was one of those people that when he came out on Twitch a couple of weeks ago and said, like, I'm done with wrestling. I'm going to be a straight up Twitch guy for the rest of my life. I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe he found a love in Twitch. That's fine. But
swerved everybody.
But oh man, that I'm telling you, I know there's so much heated back and forth between AEW signing people, and I really don't put too much stock in that. It's like, what if he went to New Japan? People would be complaining less, right? It's just people love to complain about these two companies. But I love this signing. This is a very, very good sign because Miro is very good.
Right.
And he got destroyed at the end of his career in WWE, and it's bad that he was riding a big momentum in WWE with that Rusev Day thing, right? And he got over on his own, and they didn't like that. He can get over huge with Miro Day here, and they'll ride that momentum. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not huge in the whole thing with the WWE signings all the time, I say, because I'm very big into the independent scene. But if you're going to give us a new storyline and the way that they've been building a lot of characters, and like we talk about like Brody Lee for one, right? Like I was not huge on him in WWE back then, and like to come here and the way that they made it believable, it has got me. Even same thing, like I said this before, like I wasn't really a Dean Ambrose fan. Now I love Jon Moxley. So if they do it correctly, I'm all for it.
And not everyone's going to be pushed to the moon coming from WWE, right?
And that's how it should be. I mean, you should earn it, and it should be
Like, look at Matt Cardona. He hasn't been pushed once since coming here, and he keeps saying that he's not officially here.
And I'm good for that too. Yeah. Like again, like don't forget about all the other people that you signed too, because you do have some amazing talent on there. Just use it correctly. That's just how I feel about it. So I think he'll do really good, and I like the fact that maybe we thought that he was gonna come to AEW, but it wasn't really so much of a spoiler. That was all out there in social.
That was a big surprise. I shocked the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Because they did that one view from behind him. I'm like, who the hell is that? And I totally forgot that he dyed his hair blonde.
I'm like, I don't like blonde and then dark beard. Like, I'm like.
I thought it was really old. I thought it was a really old guy at first. I'm like, who is this?
Like, I'm talking about that with the Butcher, too. And I'm like, like, I just don't like it. Like, but that's my preference. But I don't know. So I hope they really do good by him. And I don't see them not. So, like I'm excited to see where it goes. And I feel like pairing him with Kip Sabian is going to be great because I like Kip, but Kip needs something, right? I think you agree with me with that. So I'm really looking forward to where we're going to go. Like Kip's a good hype man for Miro, I feel like.
And if anyone's not seen it, go over to, I think it's on Miro's YouTube channel, or if AEW posted it. He posted about a 3-minute clip talking backstage. And like on it on his phone and talking about like how much he loves wrestling. He went on and said that like,
right.
He said that he went out on Twitch and told people that he wanted to Twitch for the rest of his career. And, he kind of saying like it was kind of like a little swerve and it had to be hush hush for about 3 days. And that's probably because he was going through like, what's called COVID testing and quarantine, coming into AEW's like environment. It was a really good, really good video he cut. You can tell he was so passionate about wrestling, saying like, this is why I came over here from Bulgaria. Like I came over here to be a professional wrestler, and that's my only love in life. And he says that, and now I'm part. And he boosted up. He was like, now I'm part of the best professional wrestling company in the world, All Elite Wrestling. And I'm like, oh god, like this guy he loves to be here, and that's why I don't see why people have a problem with him coming over. If you have a guy that's passionate about wrestling and being a really good professional wrestler and loves the company, what's the problem with that?
That's what it should be about, right? At the end goal for everybody is to show off their craft, right? And do something that you love. So I don't see the problem with it. Like I said, I hope that they push him in the right direction, which I have no doubt in my mind that it won't, it will happen. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see where
there's
this
a lot of people I can see him having insane matches with, like guys that I want to see, like fantasy matches, like a Kenny Omega versus a Miro would be a good match, or even a Wardlow or a Lance Archer or a Brian Cage or someone like Orange Cassidy. I think and Miro could have an entertaining match. Like
Darby.
There's so many possibilities there.
That's what I love about AEW. It's not, and then they don't really. It's rare that we see too much of the continuing feud. I feel like, right? We don't get like the 3 on top of each other. Usually, it's like a match. That's it, unless you're building an actual feud. But at least we're not getting too much that it's overkill.
Yeah, it looks like they're kind of gonna wrap up the Best Friends and Proud and Powerful next week. They're gonna have a street fight. I imagine Sue's gonna be involved somehow. They kind of said it without saying it. So that looks like that's coming to an end. And, I can't wait to see what the future for Miro. He even said in that video that it's funny, Billy Gunn was the one that trained him in WWE. Yeah. And now he comes over here and he said he talked to him and how much Billy Gunn was boosting up and how much he loves this company. And that really like changed Miro's mind about coming and signing here. So it's good, good for him. But that's the rest of Dynamite. There's the only thing that I want to pick out is, the Hangman and Kenny thing. They interviewed both of them separately. I think Tony Schiavone did Hangman and JR did Kenny, and they both talked to them like separately in like these little backstage couch interviews. And Hangman was just so like broken down and sad, and you could really like feel for him. So it was
what's gonna happen?
I don't know what's going on with him. He's still drinking. I don't know where this dark road is gonna turn. at some point.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
But Kenny though, saying he's
Yeah.
getting back into singles, and I'm like, okay,
I know. But he's
let's
happy.
freaking go.
Yes.
And the weird thing is that before Dynamite, he goes and Instagrams a picture of Mr. Clean on his Instagram with no caption.
You're
Tease
falling
this,
for
Kenny.
it. You're falling for it.
I think it's gonna happen eventually.
We'll see.
But now, because now we know that Lance Archer and Moxley aren't going to be at Full Gear. They're going to be on the anniversary episode of Dynamite in October, and they're going to have their title match then. So the prediction we kind of talked about last episode might actually happen.
We're gonna start seeing the buildup of Kenny in singles run.
Yeah.
You're gonna watch him kill everybody. Watch. I'm telling you. What have I been saying? I've been saying this. So
It's about time too, right? Like, I mean, it's good that they didn't do it right off the bat when AEW first started, but now like we need to kind of, we've waited long enough. We need to see it.
I'm telling you what's gonna happen. We're gonna get that. He's the heel, and then eventually he's gonna win the title from Mox, and then it's gonna eventually go to Hangman. So I think that's what's gonna happen.
Solid episode of Dynamite.
Well, the Dustin and Brody was really good too. I mean, just briefly on it, but like Dustin looked really good, and I really enjoyed that as the main event. So two big guys. It's so crazy to like see them. Really, really good match.
Dustin, the way he can move still, it's insane.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. So I enjoyed Dynamite last night. I really did.
It was good. It's good. And then BT and Dark this week were also funny. Man, I can't get over the Dark Order skits in BT. If you guys haven't been catching up with BT, you need to, because the Dark Order skits are like one of the main reasons why you watch BT.
John Silver, man. Kudos to him.
They're translating it to TV. You saw like in the match that he's holding the title and he pushed John Silver before the match away.
What's gonna happen with Colt Cabana? Nobody wants him, including me. Get out of here.
Well, I don't know about that, Tiff. We'll see with the clips I have stored up. Our clips say otherwise. But before we get into anything, guys, I think we're done with Dynamite. We talked about it, so let's get into the festivities here. We're here for one thing only, and that's to celebrate AEP 100, celebrating 100 episodes. And it's been such an amazing journey, and you guys, you fans out there, have really helped us continue along the way and kept us going. And you guys were so awesome with your shout-outs, and we're going to have to get into the shout-outs right away, Tiff.
Yes.
So we'll start off. So I made the fan shout-out video, and then we got a couple late ones after, so I'm sorry I didn't include you guys into it. So I'll play the ones I couldn't get into it first, and I'll give you guys special shout-outs now. So special shout-out to our boy Dej Kirby on Twitter there. Mags, he sent us a shout out. So here is Mags' shout out.
Kyle and Tiffany, 100 episodes of All Elite podcast. What a huge achievement. A massive congratulations to you both on not only just reaching 100 episodes, but being the premier All Elite Wrestling podcast. It's an amazing achievement, and here's to the next 100 episodes. Congratulations, guys.
Wow, that was amazing. That was great.
Yeah, I want to get I'm like sentimental with all of them. Everyone that I see, I was like,
it's awesome. Saying we're the premier in AEW wrestling podcasting. So thank you, Mags. That was really heartfelt, and we do appreciate it. Next, we have some shout out from your boys over at Heel Shot or Heel
Pops and Chair Shots.
Oh my god, I know. It's like a tongue twister then.
I know.
So here is the Heel Pops and Chair Shots special shout out to us.
Yeah, what up, Tiff? Victor Villain here, and on behalf of all your favorite heels over on Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots, we want to say congratulations on episode 100. It's a milestone, one of many more to come, and we'll catch you for episode 200. Peace.
Wow, that was awesome.
I love those boys.
Yeah. So guys, go check them out too. Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots. Awesome podcast. Tiff's been on their podcast a couple of times, and they're Tiff's boys. So check them out on Twitter and check out their podcast. So
those that synergy. So those are the homies right there.
The homies.
The homies.
You're.
You So they had a special episode, I think it was, and then they actually had a phone number. Like you can call in the voicemails and they would play it on on their episode.
Oh, really?
So me,
Oh, no.
1:00 in the morning.
Oh, no.
call them.
Oh, here comes the EVP giggles, everybody.
I'm like, yeah. Then I hung up. Then I called back.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, we gotta have fun around here, okay? Like,
I know,
yeah,
I know.
I'm at Synergy if Colin ever sells tickets. So, I will be there causing havoc as always.
You fans are amazing out there, so we do appreciate all your shout-outs. So let's get to the rest of the shouts, guys. Here's a special compilation video I made with the rest of your shouts out there. Thank you so much to everyone who sent it in. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, this is Darren from These Wolves, and I just wanted to say happy 100th episode to Kyle and Tiffany. You guys deserve it, and here's to 100 more, maybe 200 more, maybe 1,000 more. We'll see. But in the meantime, happy 100th episode, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Yo guys, what's up? It is Rob from the Bob Culture Podcast here. And as I always like to say, finally, the Rob has come back to the All Elite Podcast. Guys, I want to congratulate you on 100 episodes, stellar episodes of the All Elite Podcast. Guys, I am a fan. I love working with you guys. Kyle, thank you so much for helping make my overlay for my Twitch. You guys always go the extra mile for me. Tiff, what can I say? Queen of the Indies. Maybe one day I'll be the king of the Indies, the prince of the Indies. Who knows? But I am not worthy. Tiff, thank you for everything you do for me on the show, with the graphics, everything. You guys are the best. And Tiff makes the best cookies in the world. Guys, congratulations and continued success moving forward. We'll see you.
What's happening, All Elite Podcast viewers and listeners? It's Conrad Cushman from Everything Pro Wrestling. And I wanted to give a big shout out to the All Elite Podcast for their 100th episode. I've went back and forth with Kyle, Tiff, Ray on how to basically improve our podcast, make things better, and they have helped, including helping me design this pretty cool shirt here. And I wanted to wish them a happy 100th episode, and here's to the next 100. Have a good show, guys.
What was that? Really? Is the number 100? I guess he's right. Happy 100th episode to you guys at AEP. This is coming from yours truly, Matt Awesome, and Shankla. We're in the building. Happy 100 to the Canadian Destroyer himself, Kyle, and the Queen of the Indies, Miss Giggles, the one with the husband's list, Tiffany. Love you guys. Much respected. Yeah.
All Elite Podcast celebrating their momentous 100th episode. Kyle, Tiffany, you guys are amazing. You continue to inspire me as a content creator every day. Never change. You guys are absolute wonderful ambassadors for All Elite. You guys are beacons within the wrestling community. But like Cody Rhodes said, do the work. Take a moment to celebrate. But here's to the next 100.
Congratulations, you guys, on reaching 100 episodes. What a milestone. You know, it's been so amazing watching you guys grow and watching you start off from a small podcast to where you guys are now. It's just been one hell of a ride for for you guys, and I'm so happy and so proud. You guys are all amazing and so wonderful. I wish you nothing but success and continued growth.
This is Oo Kilroy, and I want to say congratulations to the greatest host ever, Kyle Masters, and the Queen of the Indies herself, and President of the Colt Cabana Fan Club, Tiffany, for 100 episodes of the best AEW podcast there is. Thank you for all your hard work, and here's looking forward to 100 more.
Hi guys, it's Maria, your weird Danish friend who's sometimes in the chat just to say that I can't stay because I haven't watched Dynamite yet because of time zone. Congratulations on making 100 episodes of All Elite Podcast. Loved every episode. Episode 25 was a bit weird, but we got through it. Thank you so much for always putting me over. I hope we can go to a show someday. Thank you very much to Kyle. Thank you, Tiffany. Love you.
Oi, this is Brandon from the Kenny for Your Thoughts podcast.
the real reason you tune in to the Kenny Free Thoughts podcast, by the way. Now that we got that jobber Kenny out of the way, I just wanted everybody to know over at All Elite Podcast, Kyle Masters, Tiff, we love you. 100 episodes. Absolutely amazing. Congratulations. We've loved watching you all this time. And you've helped us from the very beginning. You got us started. We'll always appreciate that. And you know what? Here's to 100
Well, how about that last part? Poor Brandon.
I'm crying.
I'm crying for Brandon too, man. I hope he's safe after that. I hope he got to his local medical facility, as WWE would say, on time and got the appropriate care because, man, Kenny just looked enraged there. What was going on? Is that heel Kenny?
I think so.
I think that's heel Kenny.
Kenny said auditioning for a new co-host just so everybody knows.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm crying because like some of it's so funny, but I'm gonna get I told you guys I was gonna cry. This is very like sentimental that it's like here's me and Kyle and
Well,
it's
Tiff,
like we
have an
hooked up.
issue. Here's a tissue.
Yeah, I need a tissue because like it's very surreal and it's very humbling and it's so crazy when me and Kyle started this journey and here we are and you guys want to listen to us and shit. So, and just all the support from you guys. It's
God, who wants like crazy? Like you guys want to come on here and listen to Tiff laugh for like 45 minutes out of an hour podcast? It's just I don't know why you guys want to do that, but I guess we continue on.
Oh man.
But yeah, this was that was amazing. Like thank you again, like to all you guys that sent the videos. That last one made me laugh. Like I was like killing myself. I was loving it at first because it was Brandon, my boy, but then like Kenny got into it. That's Kenny. That is what that is. But yeah, guys, thank you very much. Your support and even you guys who tweeted in as well. Like all you guys mean the world to us. We wouldn't be continuing doing this without you guys. So thank you so much for that. So those are all the shout outs we got. And people in the chat right now, I'll give a shout out to the people all in the chat right now. Like Everything Pro Wrestling, Kenny for your thoughts, 3T Podcast, Maria's in there, Ray Ramundo, hashtag Chop Ray. We got Cupid Girl in there. Margaret's in there. Just
Brad and Brad Awesome and Jimmy are in the Facebook chat.
What's up, Facebook crowd? I can't see that, but yes,
you
hello.
guys are awesome, and Chris, and like you guys are amazing, and Darren, and oh my god, like I can't, like I say, like it's a humbling experience, all of it. It's great. It's great going to shows and people coming up to me and like, oh, from AEP or the No Holds Barred or the Queen of the Indies. It's
No Holds Barred.
It's so humbling, and even
thank you.
I mean, I know Kyle has a couple of
episodes,
picks
but No Holds Barred Network is the proper pronunciation. Tiff, I know it's 100 episodes, but I hope by now you got it.
It will always be No Holds Barred to me, no matter what. No Holds Barred, like.
But yes, you mentioned you did mention Darren, and Darren, you were actually like a big part of this podcast in the beginning. Like we are a few episodes in. We had like a generic theme, like a royalty-free song we picked from YouTube, and that was like our theme song. We were gonna ride with it, and then Darren reached out to us, loved what we were doing, asked if maybe we wanted to use one of his songs for the podcast. And Darren, I'm telling you right now, my first reaction, this is from the heart, my truth reaction, I was like, "Who the hell is this guy?" You know what I mean? Like, I was like, who's reaching out to me? But then like I went and listened to your music. We got to talking more, and I found out how much of an incredible human being you are and how awesome you are. So I want to thank you so much for reaching out to us on that day and letting me listen to your music and picking Dead to Me, which is still like my favorite song. I have it. It's probably one of my most played songs in my Spotify playlist. I kid you not, I could screenshot and send it to you. I'd listen to it all the time. It's so good because I'm a big like rock nerd. So it's amazing. That's why I picked it. And guys, I hope you guys can show some love out to Darren. And follow his socials there. I have it on the screen. Facebook.com/TheseWolves. On Twitter at @these_wolves, and on Instagram at @these_wolves as well. And go on Spotify or wherever you're getting your music, iTunes, and download his stuff. It's really good work. He is amazing at what he does. And I think he's a very underrated music creator in the community, especially the wrestling community. And he lets us use a lot of other songs for a lot of other podcasts here on the network. And he just did this, and I have a clip of it. If you guys haven't seen it, I don't know how you haven't listened to this. He did a cover of MJF's theme, which I think is probably the greatest thing I've ever heard, and he probably should use this as his theme song. And I'll let you guys listen to it right now. Here it is.
Better than you. And you know it, I'm better than you. And you know it, I'm better than. I'm never dropping you, honestly, no one's stopping me, y'all. Die the greatest, I'm living by that philosophy. It's blood, sweat, and tears, it's sacrifice what I got in me. It's me against the world, so number one's what I gotta be. I swear that I just gotta be king, that is my prophecy. I feel like...
Yeah, it's that good. it's that good.
It is that good.
Yeah,
We love Darren. I mean, I see Darren all the time at Synergy or some other indie promotions with Go Pro Wrestling. I mean, they're amazing too. It's so nice. And me and Kyle met Darren in Maryland, and it's just been a ride. But let me read this in the chat from our girl, Cupid Girl. I'll always call her Cupid Girl because it always goes back to even
It says
before.
the secret detective in the chat for people that are confused in the chat.
Yeah.
That's her
Says,
secret YouTube name.
I know I haven't been listening in much, but y'all have been absolutely amazing, and I'm so glad to be watching a podcast that has such a big wrestling family with it. Congrats for 100 guys. It means a lot.
Thank you very much, Cupid Girl. And,
Oh my God.
So,
yeah,
I think we can turn off the sentimental volume for a bit here and get into some fun here. Maybe prevent Tiff from crying anymore.
No, yeah, please, no more crying. Like,
because I got some
I'm a
really
chick.
really funny clips. If you guys haven't been, maybe you're new to the podcast, you tuned out at like the halfway mark, or if you guys are a fan of the pod and have been listening since day one, you know what some of these clips are about. We've gathered some clips on some pretty funny and ridiculous moments that have happened on this podcast. So we'll start off with the one in the first category. These two moments happened on episode 6 and 13, Tiff. And it's funny that I haven't heard a lot of it since then. Either they got rid of it in your town, or you've just been very good on keeping it hush-hush.
I haven't keeping it hush-hush.
Okay, so and if you guys don't know, I want to let Tiff explain what happens when the fire department or something gets called in her town.
For whatever reason, I live in a freaking village, and they're very old school, and I'm literally right across the street from the damn alarm. So when a fire goes off in Limbrook or whatever, that it just makes a crazy freaking sound.
Outside, everybody. In the whole neighborhood can hear it.
And Kyle's been in my house before, so Kyle knows how it is.
So we title it The Purge. So it's like a purge alarm. So I have two clips here. We're going to play them right now for you guys to experience what happened when it was playing during our podcast in the early going. So here's the first one, The Purge. This is the first clip.
So that I would love that. Love it. I love her. Love her. She's amazing. And The Purge is happening in my town. Anyway.
The Purge?
So it's something. Anyway, so keep going.
Sorry. The Purge is happening in my town. It's way away from... Sorry, I had a brain fart.
The Purge is happening.
The Purge, yeah. I think it's The Purge. It's like... What's going on over there?
The fire alarm that goes off.
Oh, okay. It's The
I live in
Purge.
like old school town or whatever like that they don't like send things to like beepers or anything like that. The damn alarm goes off.
So yeah, that was the first time that we were ever introduced to The Purge. It was episode number 6. God, my face, I had like a baby face. I think I shaved my whole face the one day, and it just doesn't look good on me. But yeah, that was funny because I was so confused at first. Because I think you remember you previously mentioned it. You're like, an alarm might go off while we're recording, but that's okay. And I didn't think it was that loud. And you saw it got me confused the one time. Like I couldn't concentrate. But then it made its return. The Purge made its return.
I had to ignore it, and like Kyle had to like mention it.
So here we go, guys. Here comes The Purge return.
Pretty cool. Don't think there was anything else to pull from that episode.
Oh, of course. Then we had the Chris Jericho he left a voicemail to Cody telling him that Cody called him a dick. Are we down? It says we're down.
We're not down. You're in the purge over there.
That has nothing to do with it.
Mine says we're still going. We are not down, Tiffany.
All
You're in the purge. Tiffany, guys, lives in. They're filming a new episode for the Purge TV show on Prime over in the area of Tiffany. So if you do hear loud siren, that's them filming the new episode. Double or Nothing thing was the whole Cody Rhodes with and Jericho voicemail. I'm sorry. The purge thing is scaring the hell out of me right now.
You're gonna have to get used to it.
That is how do you live with that? That is insane.
Anyway.
And I'm gonna be experiencing this when I'm up there. Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring a hammer with me and I'm gonna smash it.
Please, I will pay for everything if you smash it.
Okay. So unfortunately, I didn't bring a hammer at that time,
that's
and I didn't
screwed up.
smash it because I didn't. I'm from Canada. I didn't want to get a felony in the States because that would have been just a huge mess for me. But I did get to hear it a couple of times I was there, and I was like, "Oh man, like that sucks."
I'm just used to it by now.
God. So yeah, that was the few times that was actually episode number 13 at that point. So it took a couple of episodes. It took about 7 more episodes for it to make its grand return. But yeah, it's just it was crazy just looking back, even like our old layouts. I'm like, oh man, I was back when I was like just a beginner at doing good graphic work, and I'm like, oh man, I look back and saying I was horrible. But there were some funny moments early on there. And another funny moment was we kind of like were getting introduced to your dog, and the one time he actually wanted to co-host and get in on the podcast. This was the first time he decided to come on camera. Usually he was good by going and chewing on his bone and not coming out, but he decided to come out and show his face on this next clip. And this is from episode number 18.
It's going to be interesting because the way it looks, it's going to be a 2-hour show on the new show coming in October. I think Duffy wants to be included in the podcast. By the way, I'm just letting you know he wants to be included.
Hi.
But, he's not a host of this show.
Duffy, you want to be a host?
No.
Kyle?
You'll be the silent host. Anyways,
so that was Duffy trying to be a host, trying to steal my thunder.
Listen, he's a dog.
He's a dog.
You have to
He's a
deal
dog.
with
Oh, that's right. Okay, he's a dog, so all's forgiven.
Beard is more serious than you.
Yeah,
Okay?
no, he's got a better beard game than I do.
He's got a better beard game than you.
I gotta step it up.
And he's got cool eyebrows.
I need
so
a
like,
dog beard game.
he looks like a little old man, So I actually when Kyle came to New York, Kyle instead of like the normal person like, oh hi dog, no, Kyle comes in. Like, what the hell?
Oh yeah, Duffy got to know me really quickly.
What the hell? So after that, like McDuff was not having it the entire trip that Kyle was here.
Yeah, so that was an interesting Duff moment. That was early on too. A lot of cool things were happening. A lot of cool things were starting to brew. One was Tiff. What she's known for the most now is her list of husbands. And the idea was out there, but the first episode we started talking about maybe getting it on a shirt and the design with oh god, it's Fat Pharaoh. Don't worry, Fat Pharaoh. We got some moments for you. You hold on there.
Okay, let's bring him out on here.
We're not
part of this podcast too, so
we'll get there when we get there. But for now, we got to talk about your list because that's the most important thing
let's
here.
Let's talk about my list of husbands.
The list of husbands when the shirt idea was born. This was funny. So the idea when we were talking about it, and I can't believe it actually came to fruition and became a T-shirt. So here's when we were first talking about it.
My boy.
Sorry. You have sorry. I don't know if he's on the long list or not.
No, it's not on the list of husbands. Okay. Good looking guy. He's not on the list.
Husbands. That should be a T-shirt for you. It should have like a list, and it should have like the husband names on there.
I wouldn't know like who would like first do like the angle of like who do I want to be like wife to first to go down the list. I don't know. I was gonna say Sammy G too. Mm-hmm. I think this is gonna be
So yeah, and interesting too. You said Sammy G. think you might have been
No.
talking about the match.
Yeah,
I won't say it was a list, but that's what that idea we were talking about, and I actually got into the designing, and I designed it for you, and it became a T-shirt, and then we made adjustments to it. So yeah, I'm looking at re-putting it back on our store, just those old designs, just for the hell of it, and to show you guys what those designs were like. So that was kind of like when the List of Husbands was starting to take off around that time. So
Yeah, then it really took off when Under the Ropes, and it really became a thing. So.
And then I guess I tried to steal your thunder. Maybe I tried to come up with my own list. So if you guys heard it before, the List of Kyles first started on this podcast, and let's get into that. This was episode number 30, the List of Kyles.
Do I gotta be the same and start a list of wives?
No, because the husband's my thing. So you don't need
I'm
to
gonna copyright infringement. Can't sue me. I'm in Canada.
Listen, get your own thing for the podcast. I have the List of Husbands. Go get your own thing.
The List of Kyles.
Okay,
List of Kyles, and that Kyle who tweeted in, he's added to the list. You made the list.
Don't be putting people on my list.
That's my list. List of Kyles is my list.
The List of Kyles. Okay. All right.
Anyways.
So yeah, that was the List of Kyles, and then that was actually the first time that we got to meet All Elite Kyle, and that's when he tweeted into the show for that week, and that was the first time we got to interact with him. So he made the List of Kyles right away, obviously, with his name being Kyle. So anyone named Kyle out there to listen to us, you're automatically on my list. Ranking wise, I don't know.
I feel like we're gonna have to do a ranking now.
Well, since we've done one like WrestleForm episode with him, All Elite Kyle's number 1, I guess.
There you go.
So that's the List of Kyles. So that was a thing. This was another cool moment. So her list, it changes a lot. Let's be honest here. Some people come in, some people come out, depending on what she's feeling one day. The one guy, for sure, like there's 2 guys to the right of her right now, if you're looking at the screen, are on her list, Orange Cassidy and the other one, Trent Beretta from Best Friends. So I actually tracked when Trent actually first made the list, and he replaced an interesting character on that list. So let's get into that and see how Trent Beretta made the List of Husbands.
The Best Friends in the Road to All Out video, that was pretty cool. They used it for the Okada Zoom when they hug.
Margaret just asked me, so is it official? Thorne is being replaced on the List of Husbands with Trent from Best Friends? I'm still debating about it. I think he is. He's getting a little skinny, Shane Thorne. That I don't know. I don't just.
Yeah, I heard he made his return on NXT TV.
Heard and I just wasn't feeling him, and I don't know. Trent from Best Friends might. Wait, let's get the pen.
I didn't do it. It's none of my business. Do the whole sip thing.
God. Oof. She got the water on her. But Trent.
I can't.
He replaced Shane Thorne.
I did.
Man,
I did. That's the list was all compiled. It's one list. Now, like, forget it. My list is all thrown all over the place. But like the indie list kind of took over the major list. But I still have my list, and Trent is just dirty hot.
Okay. Man, it's crazy in some of these clips listening back. My voice, I was just like, it sounded like I was so out of it. And I was drinking a Red Bull that day, so something must have happened. I don't remember. Something must have happened to me the night before that made me have to drink a Red Bull on the air. Because some days I'll be out of it, depending on what kind of day it is. Like, I try my best to stay lively, but I must have been completely out of it that day, because the beginning of that clip, I was like this, and like, oh, yeah, Trent. I just sound way out of it. But yeah, it's again, the podcast was growing there, the list was growing, but yeah, most importantly, the podcast was growing. That's when we developed, started making business cards, and we had some crazy moments with these business cards, actually on the podcast, believe it or not. So how we introduced the business cards is probably a funny clip. I can't believe I introduced it this way, but here is the debut of the AEP business cards. I think that's the first design. I think we might have 2 designs. I don't remember, or we have still just one. But this was the debut of the first design, if so.
That's the week of my birthday, guys. So make sure you come.
So if you're in the New York area, go wish Tiff happy birthday, and she'll hand you she'll give you a present.
Wait, what? What am I giving?
She's gonna give you the fantastic gift of an AEP business card. Yeah, look at that.
AP hug. I'll give you an AP
Awesome.
hug, but the catch is you can't come up to me with a stained shirt.
Nope, can't be a creeper. Nope, cannot be a creeper.
No, please don't come up to me with a stained shirt because that shit drives me crazy.
Now, what if I came on the podcast with a stained shirt? Would you continue?
I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna hang up on you. I'm over it. Yeah, that's right.
All right, guys, I'm gone. This has been the end of the podcast today. I hope you guys have a good day. I am out of here.
You'll be all right.
I got no stains. I'm good.
Yeah, good.
No
please.
stains on my moobs. I'm good.
Your boobs?
Man boobs. Boobs. Never heard of moobs?
Oh, God. Okay, let's go on to the next
But yeah,
clip.
that was episode number 24, and then I made a return with the business card, but I introduced a little dance to it. And this was a crazy clip here because it includes that, and it includes your infatuation with glitter that came into this podcast, and then you being, I guess, a glitter queen too, and you going over about glitter cowboy hats with Smart to Death Anthony. So let's get into that clip.
Like, you'll see me because you'll see the trail of glitter, and then when you start seeing the Jello shots, that's where Queen will be.
Yes, Boo.
Guys know I am coming. Yes, I'm calling it out. I'm coming with glittery cowboy hats, okay? So you guys, you come find me, I give you one, and if when you go find Anthony from Smart to Death and take a picture with him wearing it, I'm going to give you a present.
Oh, my God.
Yet, but you will get a present.
Would that present be, hang on, would that present be one of these special AEP business cards? Dun, 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 dun. AEP business cards. Dun, 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 dun.
I feel like you should sign a bunch. And
Yeah. So, I
shout out
don't
to
know.
our Queen.
I must have been on that ish because I was dancing with the business card. Couldn't tell you why, but I don't got him here, so I can't do it for you guys right now on screen. But Tiff's, look, she's brought the crown out, so the Queen of the Indies and her crown. But yeah, that was you talking about glitter cowboy hats and Smart to Death Anthony, and shout outs to our girl Queen, the Queen of NE, who joined us on that podcast, talk some AEW. She guest co-host with us. That was an awesome episode. That was episode actually number 32 in the AEP 100 episodes.
Write them all down too.
I did. I went into every clip. I have the episode number beside it.
Look at you. All right, what's next?
Anywho, next we'll get into. Okay, so here we go. So,
oh no,
for the last, I'd say about 20 or so episodes, if you guys know and been a fan of this long podcast, we've had Shane Bell go missing, and we've had some crazy moments with the Shane Bell and some pretty funny ones. So we got the first one here. It's called Shane Bell Moment 1. So let's get into that one. Road to double Fight for the Fallen.
Wow.
God.
Shame.
That's not even that bad.
Listen, you didn't shame yourself before.
That's not a shame though. You forgot you're a person that's on your damn list.
What?
Darby's on your list. Is he not?
Darby is not on the list of husbands.
Why not?
Because he's not.
That deserves a shame.
Well,
I'm just saying. Just saying. Just putting it out there. Just saying.
everybody's trying to put people on my list. Don't be putting people on my list, okay?
Anyways. Yeah, Tiff. Why isn't Darby on your list?
Because he's not. Don't be starting this shit. Whoever's on my list, you don't tell me who to put on my list. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. It just works like that.
It still works like that. It's been 100 episodes. It still works like that. I can add people to your list.
No. What?
I don't know. But yeah, that was a Shane Bell moment that I found through it. And then there was a time where we were raging about something, and then I brought the Shane Bell up for whatever reason, and I went nuts with it. So here's that one, and I actually forgot what we raged about, but it's titled Rage Moment, and that was on episode number 34, so let's get into that one. That was so well done. Good job, Maria. That was awesome.
I love it. I tweeted that out, and Kyle's like, "You said the same."
Yeah, I did. I made the
like,
mistake
Kyle's
of not watching the whole thing.
Because I watched like at least half of it. I'm like, hey, what's different? So I stopped it instantly, and I didn't know it was the end. Well, maybe you should have told me it was at the end, because maybe if you'd have known that it was the same, I would have got confused.
How long do you know me? Like, would I
How
tell
am I
you
supposed to know it
something
was
wrong?
the very last bit? How was I supposed to look into my crystal ball and be like, oh yeah, it was the last bit. I should keep watching.
Kyle's gotta
No, it
trust
matters.
me.
It matters.
Jesus.
People out there, you know what I'm talking about. It matters.
That's what I gotta say. By the way, we got another question in the chat. Do you think World Team? I can't believe you. Anyway.
Yeah, I raged pretty hard there.
You did, man.
I like shook it at you.
You're still fighting me. We're 100 episodes in and you're still fighting me. What the hell?
Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's back. The Shame Bell, making his big return on episode 100. It's back. So Tiff.
Yay!
So it's back. We're getting the Shame returning from now on. So that was. I just remember watching that, going, "What was I thinking?" I was just like,
Yay! I'm so happy. It's back.
It's
back. Wait, question is that the original bell?
It
or
is the original bell. This is the original Shame Bell.
Oh, I love it. Okay. I hope you shined it, got it all ready for this beautiful episode of 100.
Mm-hmm. I toured up my house up and down looking for it, and I definitely found it. It was very much tucked away.
Where was it?
So when I moved, the last time I moved, because you've seen my environment behind me changes all the time because I'm freaking, I have like OCD to the max. So when I was changing from one studio to the next in my house, I tucked it away. I took a lot of stuff in the drawer that I didn't need to bring downstairs. It was literally all the way at the back of the drawer.
Oh, shit.
So.
Yay, it's back. I'm so happy.
So the Shame Bell's back starting after this.
Margaret said Tiff needs one to ring when Kyle doesn't do research.
Yeah, Margaret, you get. Anywho, Rihu. There's a moment here that made you laugh pretty. You laugh a lot here on the podcast. If you're queen EVP giggles, that's why you're EVP giggles. Yeah. And one that made you laugh entirely was when I did the impression. If you guys remember last year when the Young Bucks were making fun of Cody and Dustin's promo at the first Double or Nothing, like, I need my older brother. I made fun of it on an episode, so I'm not gonna waste any more time. Just here we go. A fight for the fallen. Cody and Dustin Rhodes versus the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. Brothers versus brothers.
Don't need a friend. I don't need a friend.
Tiff.
Okay.
I don't need a host.
Okay. Ew!
I don't need a co-host. I need my older sister. Anyway, yeah, you took offense to that.
I'm still not with you. Like, what the hell?
You took offense. I didn't mean it that way. You think you took it like harsh? Like I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't need you anymore. Can you just go?
Ew.
But that's not what I meant. I was imitating them, but doing it with like.
Like for a second, like when you went into it, I really thought that. I was like, what the hell? Like you're doing this like live on the air. You're fired.
Yeah, you're fired. Bye.
Oh man,
that was cool. So speaking of Fat Pharaoh, gotta talk about Fat Pharaoh since he's there in the camera on an angle, just checking everybody out there, just saying hi, Fat Pharaoh. If anyone doesn't know, he's the official mascot of this podcast still. That is Fat Pharaoh with a PH, not with an F, with a PH. Let's be nice. And he's had some moments on this podcast. One moment was when our boy Anthony from Smart to Death, when he was still podcasting, joined us for an episode of AEP, and he just decided to pop in and say a little hi. So let's see how that's about. This is on the show. So now we'll transition into Road to Double or Nothing, episode number 15. This has been a sweet documentary series. You putting Fat Pharaoh up? What are you doing? It's not the time for Fat Pharaoh, okay?
Hi.
I mean, we are talking about Road to Double or Nothing. Cody's in it. Yeah, okay, sure. Fat Pharaoh. Anywho. So, yeah, Fat Pharaoh just decided to show up and poke his head in.
You're muted.
I'm not muted.
Oh, okay.
You're looking. My
All right,
levels are
I'm looking
going.
at the
That's
other
the
one.
webcam.
Okay.
So the webcam up here doesn't get my voice at the same time. This thing right here.
E.T. phone.
Okay. Well, if you want to start a movie podcast, I'm down. We'll save that for that. But yeah, Fat Pharaoh, he's popular with a lot of our fans out there. Except when he does get out of hand, and Tiffany, has to punish Fat Pharaoh. And here's a few times where Fat Pharaoh, just kind of got out of hand. Tiffany had to do what she had to do, being an owner. So here that is.
I guess in his case they were light beers, maybe. I don't
I
know.
hope
but
so.
still,
They look
they
like
were
Coors Light. Just saying,
Coors
that
Light
piss-ass beer.
said-
Might as well just take a pee in a bucket and drink that.
I don't think I'm gonna bring him to House of Glory with me Friday. Like you've been bad, you've been drinking beer. God knows what else you've been sneaking on. I was gonna bring him to House of Glory on Friday. I don't know. Should I bring him to House of Glory with me?
We'll see. For now, you're in timeout.
You're in get out of here.
Oof. Whoa! What a maneuver! By God, he might be broken in half. We had JR by God there. That killed him! That killed him! Oh, man.
I hope he recovered from that. Because that was like a harsh throw.
It was not. He didn't go that far.
You went, phew. You shot putted him.
With me, he came out. We went. You know which clip we forgot to clip?
What?
When I took him out for my birthday, you made that video.
Oh, the montage.
And then it was like, and then all of a sudden you see him like partying for my birthday.
I forgot to clip that.
This video that you did. I think I tweeted it out a couple of weeks ago because it was just so funny. That compilation that you did, I died.
Well, that wasn't the only moment where Fat Pharaoh received cruelty from you, except this moment wasn't from you exactly. It was from your little pop figures of Nat and Nick Jackson. So Fat Pharaoh got to experience what a super kick party is for the first time ever. So here that is.
Fat Pharaoh, guys, if you don't know, the official mascot of the All Elite podcast. We have something special for him, so he's going to be joining in with he's going to have a special segment on our prediction show next week, which we'll let you guys know at the end of the show when that's going to be in a time. I have something special for him. We made a special slideshow for him of past couple of weeks here, and I'm going to make it special for him. So,
what do you think? Super kick party? Super kick?
Oh God, what was that? Oh, okay. I'm like, what did you kick him with?
Nick?
Oh man, Fat Pharaoh. He just gets. Tiff, better be careful, man. That could be considered animal abuse to some.
Okay, let me not. Guys, all right? No super kick parties, all right? Okay.
Wow. Wow, Tiff.
What?
How dare you introduce Fat Pharaoh to a super kick party?
It's the Young Bucks, man.
Yeah, I guess they're turning now, so they just super kick whoever they want.
It's the Young Bucks. It was like the before factor, but my shrine's back there now, guys.
Oh, your
can
shrine.
Yeah.
That New York accent, the shrine.
Shrine.
Well,
The door.
apparently, I have an accent too, the Canadian
do?
accent, which
You do.
it has come out on this podcast before.
It has
and
too much.
Tiff called me out on it once, big time, and this was on episode number 37. I can't believe this was crazy. So here we go. Here's apparently where my Canadian accent just comes out without warning. Here, I mean, they've been sticking to like the big main cities like DC, Boston, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh. What? Say what?
Say Boston again.
Boston.
The way you said it.
What's wrong with Boston? Oh, you want me to say Boston?
I just gotta give you shit.
Why?
Okay. With your Canadian accent. Okay.
Oh,
look.
okay. Sorry, I'm not New Yorker or Boston accent. It was Boston or Boston. Left my car keys in my car in Boston.
So yeah, I guess I said the word Boston wrong. Boston. Am I saying it right? Boston.
No, because every once in a while you say something and
Baston. Do I say
accent,
Baston?
it's just like me, like certain
York,
words,
Boston.
right? Thick
Boston.
Queen's accent. coming out of me. But you, like, as long as I've been listening to you on the No Holds Barred Network, even before I started doing Oli podcast with you, like, I would sit here and die because I would hear the accent, like the certain words that you would say. I love the episode where we were on That Ass Podcast, you, me, and Cappy was making a list of all the New Yorkin words that I was saying. Like, there was like 22. And I still expect that when I come up to visit you one day. I expect Cappy to show me this list.
Oh, he will.
I know.
He's a very organized individual when it comes to lists. Like you and your lists.
I know. Matt wants me to say coffee. You know, I gotta have that coffee.
Coffee?
Yes.
Coffee.
No.
Coffee?
Coffee.
Coffee.
I feel like me and Kyle need to bring back that coffee podcast.
Oh, boy. But yeah, so I guess that's, it's a Canadian moment of mine. I've had other Canadian moments on the podcast. One was where I think I promised someone, or I lived up, so I think it was Metal, our buddy Metal,
my favorite.
Who tweeted out about me and maple syrup. And just take a look at this clip, guys.
I'm going to read exactly what he wrote. Breaking news that just came on my desk. Loves to Dream told Real Kyle Masters he is no longer allowed to take shots of maple syrup. I don't have any more information at this time. I'm trying to dig up more. We'll update when I have more info. So
I have two things. One, Metal, how the hell do you know I take shots of maple syrup? Two, what do we got over here? Couple haters? Couple haters? That's right. I got a shot of maple syrup. For you guys listening on the go, you hear my reaction. You can go back to YouTube and watch my reaction. I'm taking a shot of Canadian, pure Canadian, because I'm Canadian, maple syrup here on air live.
Oh my God.
Bottoms up.
Are you okay? Do I need to fly up to Canada?
Oh! Oh! Just like every morning. Ah! Every morning. That's just a daily routine here in Canada. Take a shot of maple syrup. Oh. Okay. We're good.
Okay.
I just want to say I wasn't well for the rest of that day. Like I was like on a sugar high probably till like midnight. Just gonna say that. But that was crazy. I took a shot of maple syrup and I can't believe I'm doing this because I know Matt will probably be watching this at some point, or if he's watching live in the chat, or just I got the tweet from him later. Here for the 100th episode of the All Elite Podcast, folks, I will do something for you guys again, like I've done before in that clip at episode number 39. So it's been 60 episodes since I've done this, but I have for you guys another shot of maple syrup. This is a little bit bigger container of maple syrup with this shot. God, I don't know how this is going to go well, but just for you guys, and because I love all you fans out there to support us, continue to support, I'm going to take another shot of pure Canadian maple syrup. Yes, I always have Canadian maple syrup in my cupboard up in Canada because we have real syrup up here.
We do.
Yes, we do, and it's very good. So next time Tiff comes up here, I gotta get her the real stuff.
Yeah, well, Kyle. Oh, there he is, Metal. He's in the chat.
Ah, Metal. This is for you. So here we go. Round number 2, just like last time. Bottoms up.
I need to clip that. Matt Watson said you should have chased that with a shot of Jack. He goes, add some Jack to it.
I should have.
Darren said that's Aunt Jemima.
Are you serious? Ew.
No, like Canada really does have good maple syrup. And like,
Darren,
like
I'm
I
kidding
said,
you right now. The Aunt Jemima crap is nasty.
No,
I would never
this
touch
is
that.
better. I made sure I told Kyle, I was like, you have to bring me maple syrup. And he brought me fudge, and he brought me.
Oh, sorry for you audio listeners. I'm sorry. I'm just.
Why don't you move on to the next clip while you recover?
It's like eating like pure sugar. So yeah, it's another Canadian moment, guys. While I recover here is back when I can't even talk. Back when you guys decided to give me a Canadian finishing move. So let's go into that clip right now, please.
Next. I can't scroll anymore. That's done. I'm done scrolling after that point.
I have to clip this because it's so funny. The Googleizer masters.
My Googleizer.
Is that going to be your finishing move, the Googleizer?
Nah, it's the master's degree. I'm sticking with that.
Master's degree. I'm done.
Yeah. The master's degree is my finishing move. It's always what I call it when I make my guy in 2K. It's always my guys.
I thought it was the poutine power bomb.
The poutine power. What? Do you think I'm part of La Resistance? God. If I was gonna be an inaugural member of La Resistance, sure. I'll make my finishing move the poutine power bomb. God. Me and the Mountie can be tag team partners.
They're loving you in the chat. They like Raging Kyle.
Okay, I'm back and I'm recovered. And we're good. That's what
To
you.
watch Kyle recover is hilarious.
I'm good.
I think I was laughing more at that than the clip.
I still taste it. This stuff's strong, guys. Like you don't understand. Real Canadian maple syrup is.
Stuff. Like it really is. Like this is.
It's good to have with stuff. It's not good to have a shot of.
What? Every time I see Kyle, there's like a list of things like I need. So I need those crisps, those coffee crisps again. Those are good.
Oh, that
You
was
all right
insane.
over there?
Oh,
Do we
yeah.
need to roll to the next clip?
We're good. Let's continue on. So yeah, that was my Canadian finishing move. I'm still sticking with the master's degree. Don't like your Canadian pile driver or poutine power bomb or whatever you wanted to give me that day. But Tiff, you had some moments of yourself.
I did.
You have a lot of moments on here. One is this is a funny one. This is about giving out your number, which it didn't get given out on the podcast, but we talked about it a little bit. And this was a very interesting moment. Let's get into that.
Come over.
Oh yeah, duh! Like, come on.
Well, don't duh me. I'm just asking. Like maybe you change your mind. Say, oh no, I'm happy for him for whatever he chooses.
No, screw that. His hot single ass. Which anybody, if you see him, give him my number.
Hot single ass. All right.
Give him my number. Don't tell Anthony. Give him my number.
Okay.
All right.
Gang going. Apparently, if you're watching this, it's not like we can keep it a secret. You just said it.
I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. Anthony's still number one. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying.
Just
like,
for that. Have yourself a
No!
little bit of bubbly.
I forgot about that episode. That was the bubbly episode. That was where we popped it, and there was a thing throughout the whole podcast where if I said a little bit of the bubbly, we each had to take a drink. Yeah.
Damn. He likes that name for you.
The Niagara Falls, what?
The Niagara Falls Away Slam.
And that's from Matt Awesome in the chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I like it. Could grow on me. But Tiff.
Power bomb.
Yeah, that was episode number 40. That was
okay.
the
So we're
Pop
at
the Budley
episode
episode.
100, and Gangone is still number one husband. So.
I mean, yeah.
Gangone.
It's
And
Gangoon.
Alex Zade is number two. So that's it. So
You got to love for everything, Tiff. That's all you got. And you got to love for odd things sometimes, too. And that's one thing that you have a love for. And you know what? I'm not going to explain it. I'm going to let the clip explain for itself what you have an infatuation with. So let's get into that clip.
Last piece that I have to add to this because Ray knows this about me because it's so weird. There's just the littlest things that I love, but that freaking German suplex that Trent did, who was it to Quinn, and then when he went into the bridge is I don't know what it is. It's so stupid, but it's I love a perfect bridge. right? Like, you know me a while now, and we go to so many shows. And Yangon is the one that I always talk about, that he has the best bridge. Why are you shaking your head at me? Because you know I always talk about the damn bridges. So, like,
it's the smallest thing. Like,
but
Here's the thing about bridges. Eventually, you go over them.
I think this is the end of the podcast right here.
All right, let's move on. All right, I can't wait. Screw you guys.
Oh god.
So stupid.
So, Tiff, do you still have a love for bridges? Is that still a thing?
Yes, it will always be a thing. For whatever reason, I love a good bridge. So shut up, judge me, whatever. I'll fight
I like
you.
a good bridge too. I like the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. I like the Brooklyn Bridge. I like the Rainbow Bridge here. Oh, you weren't talking.
Bits of these bridges. So what are you talking about?
Oh, you weren't talking about like real bridges.
Okay, I'm done with you. Okay, like, go away.
Sorry, I'm on that ish, as you would say.
You are on that ish. You're.
You know who not on that ish, who I still think you have a secret admiration for, and I know you're still a love of him. And Tiff, you can deny it all you want. I know deep down inside your heart you have a love for Colt Cabana. And if you want proof, here it is. Colt Cabana, your boy, your favorite, your number one in AEW.
Yeah, I'm gonna make him number one husband.
Yeah, oh yeah, are you now? Send me that list when you do.
Okay.
I can see Colt going to the Dark Order. They would have done a backstage thing like this if he wasn't. This is kind of like, I can see Colt going to the Dark Order. I can see it.
I was telling Kyle.
She's telling me laugh. She's telling me LOL. Now this is LMAO. We're getting to the Raffle soon. The ROFL. We're getting there.
Sorry. When I was messaging with Kyle last night, I was like, I hope he goes. I was like, maybe I'll like him then.
Oh, God. You heard that first, guys. She might actually be a Colt Cabana fan if he joins the Dark Order. So let's get on that train. Colt for Dark Order. JoinDarkOrder.com.
Oh, God, I can't. I was dying last night. I'm still dying. I'm sorry.
Let's talk about the main event. So, Tiff, I mean, that was episode number 86. We're at 100. Since then, Colt has joined the Dark Order. I mean, you said it on the podcast. Is he? Why? Why can't you said if he joins the Dark Order, you would start to like him?
Maybe if he joins the Dark Order.
Why would you give me hope? You gave us all hope for you to join the fan club, and you broke all our hearts.
You'll be all right, okay?
Tiff, I know one day you're going to come out and say it.
Okay, that stupid face.
And you're going to buy a tank top of his. I know you will.
No.
I know you
God,
will.
no.
I'm holding out. This is going to be marked for history now. It's our 100th episode. We're going to go back and watch this all the time. I'm marking it right now. Eventually, Tiff will be a Colt Cabana fan, and she'll say it on the podcast. I'm calling it right now.
Don't hold your breath, okay?
No.
Don't hold your
There's
breath.
in the chat a couple of messages ago saying, nice shirt. And that was the one episode where we were doing the bubbly. I was wearing the D's Wolf shirt that he sent me, the Dead to Me one. Or no, that was the regular D's Wolf shirt.
Yep.
That was also a fun episode. We actually, this was during when a little bit of the bubbly was a thing in AEW. It got created into memes, into songs. So we decided here in the All Elite podcast to pop a little bit of the bubbly on air. So let's take a look at how that went, shall we? Colt Cabana, your boy, your favorite. Nope, that's not the clip. That is not the clip. That was Colt Cabana again.
Shame
oh,
on
no.
you.
Do I have to? Oh, no.
Shame on Kyle.
I played the wrong clip.
You put the
Oh,
wrong...
we're doing so good till now. But, okay, but I have the right clip queued up here. So here's the right clip. Here's the actual clip of us popping bubbly on the air.
I don't know. This seems like you would know with your Canadianness or something.
Why would could you just assume because I'm Canadian?
Yeah, you speak French, all right.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I don't
Ooh,
know.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a since you're New York and Sicilian ass, Spumante Bambino peach flavored champagne, little bubbly. So we're gonna do this here.
I'm scared, Kyle. Okay, the dog's behind me.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm really scared.
I don't know where to open this.
Okay.
Oh, that wasn't too bad. Wow. I think it's because if you shake it and do it, it creates that bigger. Oh, mine comes in a nice. What the heck is this? Look at this. What is this? What's going on up here?
Untwist. Okay. The metal. Okay, I gotta teach you how to do this.
Okay, so untwist the metal.
Untwist the metal part.
Okay.
Okay. Take that piece off.
Okay.
This is opening champagne 101, guys. Okay. All right, there you go. Okay, now what you do is you make sure you tip it away because you don't want it to hit you in the face.
Like this?
Yeah, do that, Kyle.
Okay.
Like perfect. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Do you have? I do a rag,
Oh.
but you don't probably need to do it because my friends don't. But you have to go from like the bottom of the cork and kind of twist it a little bit, not like rough, like a little bit. It will slowly, like the pressure will let you release it.
Oh God.
Do it the right thing. Do it for the bottom of it. Yeah, that's how I do it.
I'm so scared.
Lovely. Just make sure it's not pointing at you or anything like that. You're gonna have to do it with your shirt.
Oh, it's starting to loosen a little bit. Oh boy.
Just keep going. You got it.
Don't laugh at me.
I gotta give you shit, okay?
Okay, it's like
Just
you can
keep
see
going.
it's like halfway there.
All right,
I'm
keep
so
going.
scared.
Don't be scared.
Anyone's gonna see that replay. Little bit of bubbly.
I think we're gonna have to clip that.
That might be a slow motion replay. Yeah, my reaction to that was freaking. I was like, "Woo!"
We were laughing about it yesterday. I was dying.
We
But-
found out in the chat. Marcus says that champagne is only available in Canada. It was so good. Oh
it was
man, it was delicious. Peach champagne, like it was the bomb. And we got actually pretty lit at the end of that podcast.
That was a funny podcast, but if we ever like get back to normal, like I might have to take a trip up to Canada because I do want to go to Canada. I've been wanting to go see Kyle on his side, and I wanted him to show me around because I've been to Canada. I've been to Niagara Falls before as a tourist, so I kind of want to go back as to be with somebody who's from there. So I really want to do that. So if I go, I feel like I'm gonna have to do like a road trip and drive it over to you, which is probably about like 13 hours because I've done it before.
It's okay. It's a decent drive.
I've done it. Like
Yeah, I flew first class. Come to you, so.
Yeah, let's see. But then if I bring stuff back, it's gonna be a little more difficult. But that's why I was saying maybe I'll drive because then I can bring shit back.
Yeah,
but
give you some of that. Use some real Canadian maple syrup, like a shot that I just had. It's still.
It's
I
good.
can still get the
stuff.
aftertaste.
And I'm all about the fudge, so he's gonna take me for poutine and some fudge.
Fudge.
And I'm stocking up on that coffee crisp because shit.
Oh yeah, that stuff's
Shit
the
is
best.
good.
And then take you shopping, but hopefully you're not going to be shopping for some expensive items like I raged about on one of our episodes of our All Elite podcast. There was a fan I seen when I went to Washington. I was part of the first Dynamite who was wearing the real Burberry scarf, and I asked Tiff about said Burberry scarf, and she found out some information about it. So here's that clip.
By the way, the scarf is about $430.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, Burberry's Burberry. So.
Man, so you're telling me that guy either got a gift of that or found a cheaper version, or he actually legitimately spent. I'm not spending $400 on a scarf. So you're telling me that guy might have potentially spent $430 on a scarf?
He's been rocking that scarf a long time because even in the indie scenes, he's been rocking that scarf.
I'm sorry.
Not new.
No, not MJF. I'm talking about the fan I seen in line. Like, yikes.
Like,
if you go spend $400 on a scarf, I'm sorry. This is pretty out there, but you have problems. Just saying.
What?
Who spends $400 on a scarf? Tiff, a scarf.
Yeah, but why is that any different than a chick buying a really expensive purse?
Oh, well, I
Like
have
a
my
Coach
opinions about that.
Michael Kors. How is that any different?
It's the same. I think the same with girls buying those. What do you? I don't have a different opinion of that. Huh?
What?
I don't have a different opinion. You girls are crazy buying purses that much.
It's
You guys
all
are
about
nuts.
the trend, man. It's all about the name brand sometimes.
Stupid.
You're
stupid.
okay?
You spend that much money on a purse, you have problems. You probably don't have that much money in the purse.
You know, shut up.
Why would you spend that much money on a purse that you're not gonna have that much money inside the purse?
And I want to rock something really nice because it's a purse.
No,
and
but then
it
when you
smells
get it
like
ruined or if
leather,
it gets stolen, then it's like the end of the world. Because it is potentially the end of the world because it's $500 for a damn purse.
But I can walk around and look nice with
Hold
it.
up.
because
Here's
we're
the
talking
difference.
About it right now.
Hold
so
up.
What are you talking
Hold up. Here's the
about?
difference. This is me. Here's the difference. Me losing a $20 wallet. If there's nothing in it, sorry. I'll just go buy another one. Me losing a $500 wallet.
Yeah, I mean.
There's your difference. Sorry if I broke people's ears. So yeah, me raging on a scarf.
You're still stupid.
Okay, I've learned since then. Okay, I can appreciate the Burberry scarf. I know MJF's scarf's in our chat. I don't worry, I'm not dissing it. Okay, I've learned since then. I made my mistake. I pulled a Wardlow mistake. Don't worry, I'm getting myself back in line and learning from it. Don't worry.
Wow. Hi, Kilroy. Ooh, Kilroy.
Oh, ooh, Kilroy. Ooh, is that him?
Yes.
All right, what's going on? Ooh, Kilroy. Ooh, don't worry. We played your shout out in the beginning of the show, so thank you very much for that. It was really awesome. But yes, it was. It was an interesting rant I had that day.
What else?
I have funny moments on here.
Did.
And
This is why I like working with Kyle.
And like, we adjust to the environments around us. Obviously, with COVID-19 happening, it was an adjustment. And, I probably will take this back looking at it. I decided to be an idiot in the beginning of our podcast one day. And, just take a look. The Indies. Tiffany.
You're freaking mad.
Hold up, Tiff. You know what? This doesn't seem right. This is, I don't feel comfortable here. I must do something. Okay. Now, I think we're good. I think I can be safe recording this podcast. For you guys that can't see, I'm wearing a surgical mask, which is done in a lot of places to prevent yourself from getting the COVID-19 or my corona, as we were just singing before we went on air here. So I got to wear this for the entire pod. No, I'm not wearing this for the podcast. What are you talking about? It's okay. Guys, welcome to the Elite Podcast. Man, if I'd have worn that for the entire podcast.
that accent, though. That Canadian accent.
I didn't hear anything. I know what you're talking about.
You're not going to hear it.
I know what you're saying, dog.
Like, I point stuff out and he still don't get it, so.
But can you imagine if I wore that the entire podcast? That would have been horrible.
Wait a minute. MJF scarf. He goes, you can get a used Burberry on eBay for cheap. Okay, first of all, I don't want anybody's cooties. You don't know where they've been.
Cooties. Cooties. Yeah, screw COVID-19, guys. Cooties is the world pandemic we're in. So awareness against cooties should be a campaign we're going to start. And we're going to sell you scarves at this campaign.
I can't. I'm done with you.
But yes, I decided to be an idiot that episode. I still don't like it, but and there was one time where I was being an idiot, but you know what? I'm not going to confirm or deny still. And if you guys wonder when I'm talking about confirming or denying, here's this part. Rips his clothes off, and he's in his underwear, and he spanked them, and we saw half his butt for like half the match, and he lost whatever that was.
I'm done.
I'm just sitting here going like, oh man, how does Sean Spears recover from this? This is hard to bounce back from.
Your boy Kilroy said the real question: does Kyle have Tully underwear like Sean?
I plead the fifth. No comment.
Oh my god!
I cannot confirm.
He's not saying no.
I cannot
He's
confirm
probably
or
wearing them
deny
right now.
that
He's
I have
wearing them right now.
That I have underwear / maybe Speedo / maybe thong with Tully Blanchard on. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, God. But the matches, it was.
Again, I will confirm again right now. I cannot confirm or deny that I am still wearing or I've put on those same pair for this 100th episode. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, some athletes out there have superstitions, Tiff. Like, they wear the same jockstrap without cleaning it. Or wear the same, like, shirts without cleaning it. Maybe I wear the same Tully underwear or Speedo or thong without cleaning it every podcast, you know, as a good luck charm.
Okay, really, Kilroy? He said we need Kyle in nothing but the Burberry scarf and his undies with Tully's face on them for the next show. No one needs to see that.
Hey, I got to give the people what they want. Oh, cut a hug.
I'm too busy washing my hair that day.
Okay. Well, Tiff, your loss. I'm going to be on here looking spiffy in my used Burberry scarf and a Speedo with Tully's face on it. Well, that's not very nice.
Oh, no. Okay, can you please go on to the next clip? Because
Okay.
I can't
We'll move on. Talk about when I still have, sometimes when I see it now, like, I'm a little bit better about it, but I really had a problem with Cody's excessive pyro one day, and it was in an earlier episode, like, not earlier, a recent episode, where I went on about it, and here's that clip. You know, rips his clothes off, and he's... No, I did it again. Hang on, 2 seconds here. There we go. Here's the right one. Ending pyro was not necessary at all. I understand if he won the belt at a pay-per-view and it's brand new, but, like, it's just a regular retain.
He loves his pyro.
I know he loves his pyro in his entrance. That's fine, but, like, at the end of Dynamite, I'm like, okay, what is this? Like, the freaking...
Listen, we need some fireworks around here, okay?
Are they going to end Dynamite now with pyro every single time?
It's Cody. Leave the poor man alone.
Your asphyxiation for light tubes cannot transition into pyro, please.
Light tubes is a whole other ball game, okay? Like, I need light tubes, but not AEW. But oh my goodness, yeah.
That asphyxiation is still, like, active. Tiff actually still loves light tubes and can't get over them, but I still can't get over how much pyro the guy needs.
I love light tubes. I was talking about it with Alex Colon on the interview on Under the Ropes this week, and it's like Christmas, and I talked about that with him as well. So, oof.
Yeah. It's too much. It was excessive because he had it in his entrance, then he had it at the end of the show. Like, he just won the title for the first time, and I had a problem with that. I was like, why does he need all that pyro? Like, it's a little excessive. But yeah, Tiff, you're especially with light tubes. It's the way you live. It's how you are going to live your life. And you've explained multiple times on podcasts how you're going to live your life and how you're going to keep voting for your boys' private party no matter what. Right. And you explained to us live on a podcast once, and here it is.
So, hey, let me live my life. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to preach private parties. That's all I'm saying. Let me live my life. I don't care. Even if I'm wrong and I keep picking private party for the rest of my life going with AEW, it doesn't matter. I'm going to live my life and I'm going to preach for my
live
boys.
Your life, girl. You live your life.
I will. Thank you.
Anywho. Yeah, Tiff. You live your life. You live your life, girl.
I live my life. I don't care what anybody says. Those are my boys. I don't care. Okay?
I don't care.
I don't care. My boys.
You're just gonna keep voting private party. I mean, I know. I think they deserve to get a little bit of a boost, but next week doesn't look good for them.
I know it doesn't look good, but they're my boys, so I don't care.
Tiff's gonna live her life, guys. She's gonna live her life. Right. Actually, that same episode.
Oh no.
That was funny because it was episode 83. We had a rage moment about my boy Sean Spears and apparently, quote unquote, stealing gimmicks from indie wrestlers, and I won't get into it now. We don't want a rage moment right now. Let's just see how it played out.
Your boy, okay, I love Sean Spears. I love Sean Spears, but your boy stole a piece of the gimmick from my husband, Chris Steeler, who's just on the podcast. He did. Don't even, because you don't even know.
You don't even know. You don't even know if he stole it.
Excuse me. You don't even follow Chris Steeler, so how are you gonna know? Chris Steeler was doing.
Well, then how are you gonna know?
Because I follow the poor guy.
But how do you know he stole it? He just didn't come up with his own, and it was a coincidence. You don't know
they're watching. They're watching. I'm telling you, they're watching. They're watching the independent scene.
I don't believe it until I hear it from the horse's mouth. That's when I'll believe it.
I'm telling you, especially with the fact that he even sent out that he wanted to be part of like the tag team with Sean Spears. Okay, so like I know, and wrestlers will always say this. They're always freaking watching. You don't know who's watching.
Well, then,
so I was a little salty with that last night because that was the first thing I thought of when I saw the whole thing with Sean Spears.
It is what it is.
You know, I'll pop you.
I still hold to that statement, Tiff. It is what it is.
Your boy still stole my man.
I don't think so.
He did.
Nah.
He did. He did.
No. He
Yep.
he just benefited from having the same idea.
Mm-hmm.
It just shows you great minds think alike. So they both had the same idea, and it worked out for both.
Mm-hmm. Next clip.
Man, you have your interesting theories, Tiff, and we had an interesting theory you had of we saw what was going on with on BT with Private Party and how you thought would translate into their pay-per-view match, and this was a hilarious theory. So let's hear what Tiff had to think about that match.
Oh, did you see? I know, like, whatever. We're going all over the place, but I had an interesting theory.
Okay. Do you have an interesting Austin theory?
No. Okay. So.
Wait, wrong company. My bad.
Can you imagine? Just picture this.
Okay.
The Lion. Okay. Private Party. Best friends, right?
Okay.
Private Parties, kicking whoever, like Trent or whatever, Chuck, right?
How dare you,
so
Chuck?
All of a sudden, listen. Shh. So,
okay.
all of a sudden you think like gin and juice happens,
Mm-hmm.
right? All of a sudden, the bear jumps in and costs Private Party the match.
Now, is this someone in a bear costume? Like, or is it someone from the crowd throws the bear in the match and they just kind of get freaked out?
Could be it.
Yo, you know what? Orange Cassidy's gonna pull the bear from underneath the ring and throw it in the ring and scare the hell out of him.
It could be like all in, right? With the cowboy boot with Hangman Page, that whole story, but it's the bear. Like, can you imagine? Come on, you like my theory.
It's an interesting one. You know what, Tiff? I actually wish one of those theories came true.
I know. I'm feeling sad.
Those were good.
They were
Can you imagine the bear gets thrown in the ring and like Isaiah or Mark Quinn's reaction to it?
Oh my god!
Like freaking out, or like Isaiah with his loud pitch scream.
Yeah, I love it. I can't. Listen, gotta keep it interesting around here.
We do keep things interesting. We try to keep it fresh. We try to come up with new ideas. Like there was one episode where I decided to come up with the AEP cookbook. Believe it or not, yeah, I did. I made a brief cover and first page of a cookbook, and I haven't finished it since.
Oh my god! So
here, if you don't remember, here's when I introduced the AEP cookbook. Rough draft for the All Elite Podcast cooking book. That's right, cooking. There's the cover you can see, guys. There it is. It is going to be called Cooking with AEP. That's right.
I'm done with you.
And I have 7 recipes already written down. And here we go. Here comes the first 7 recipes in the Cooking with AEP cookbook. We got number 1, dynamite chili. Number 2, freshly squeezed mimosa. Number 3, the best friend cookies. Number 4, Le Champion brownies. Number 5, cowboy shit stir fry. Number 6, coffin drop soup. Ooh. And number 7, super kick omelet.
I don't think anybody would want the coffin drop soup, though.
It's not going to feature dead people. I'm just naming it after
She goes like
Darby.
Completely lost it.
Why? Because I'm being creative? Well, you're like me to just come on this podcast. So, yeah. Cowboy shit stir fry.
Yeah,
Coffin drop soup. But it's crazy, number 2, how it actually came to fruition. Freshly squeezed mimosa.
They watch us.
Jericho got his idea from us. You heard it here first. Jericho, he stole it. He stole it.
Oh, man.
But that was great. I don't know. I never really finished the cookbook. I don't know if I ever will. Maybe now that I have so much time on my hands, maybe I could finish it. It'd be pretty funny to create chapters and what it'd be in each. That'd be funny. I don't know. What do you guys think? If you guys think I should, continue the cookbook put thumbs up in the chat. Put a thumbs up emoji.
Thumbs up. Let's see those thumbs up, guys.
Yeah. While we move on to the next thing, yeah, you know, we got people to give the thumbs up. That's why we're different here. We are very different at AEP podcasts. We're not like a lot of other podcasts out there. And don't let me explain that. Let me, in the past, explain why we are not the same as every other podcast, Tiff.
Brad wants us to be critical.
Brad, we are a positive podcast. You want critical podcasts? There are some out there for you to listen to. Don't you've picked the wrong podcast for that. We got to be different. We can't be like all the other podcasts out there. Can't be sitting here and talking about Dynamite. Oh, that was a very did not like that wrestling move from that person. You know, AEW Dynamite was a decent episode this week, Tiffany. It was, you know, it showed a lot of good promise this week. Like, I don't want to come on here and sound like that for an hour.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, anywho. See, you know, I don't think we would make it to 100 episodes if I sounded like that all the time.
Oh my God, no.
Like if I go on here and went, guys, welcome to the All Elite
I would
podcast.
kill him.
Right here in the Holtz Bar Network. This is my Evie. This is EVP Giggles. The Heartbreak Check and the Queen of the Indies, Tiffany. Tiffany, how are you doing today? It's like what is that? That SMR stuff. People too sit here and listen to me breathe all episode.
We got a bunch of thumbs up in the chat. You should finish it. And by the way, Brad is my personal troll of the podcast.
Okay. Yes, yes, he is.
Brad, just so you guys know, Brad is my best friend in the world. And we're friends for 30 years, so he just loves to troll me about Private Party. But
just don't rage on him. He's just a troll.
Don't worry about it. That's my best friend. Like, I hang out with him all the time.
And the one thing we could rage about is what they continue to do on BT to this day, and I complained about it on an earlier episode, and that's when they feature Cutler's footage. Like we say, Cutler footage, we invented that. He's even put it in a video for us that he invented that. We invented that for him, and he loves and advocates Cutler footage. But they put Cutler cam in the BT episodes. Like, no, use Cutler footage, please. Use Cutler footage. We're not going to sue you for using Cutler footage. We don't have copyrights to it. So here's me raging about Cutler footage and Cutler cam. They got to change something. Tiff, I noticed they've been doing. I've seen it a couple of weeks on BT, and I think we have a point here because we've said it for forever with Brandon Cutler. Every time they show Cutler footage, they put in the bottom right corner Cutler cam. It's not Cutler cam. It's Cutler footage. Okay? Whoever the BT production guy is, I think is Matt or Nick. Guys, come on. Listen to him. You know what? Cutler, you got to get on this too, man. I'm blaming you too. It's got to say Cutler footage. Right?
I'll never forget when me and Kyle were at StarCast and we're standing in line waiting, and then we saw him walk by and me and Kyle are holding the sign. We're like, Cutler footage! And he turned around. He's like, hey guys.
Yes, that picture. I don't have it with me right off. Yeah. So
about this whole Cutler footage thing, like
it's annoying.
It's real.
It's like, annoying.
I feel it, Kyle. I feel it for you. Okay.
Now, Tiff, in the beginning of the podcast, you had your crown. Looks like you've taken it off. I'm not sure if it's not comfortable for you. I'm not sure why, but it did make its debut recently. And okay, there it is. And I gave you crap before. On the old crown when it looked like the Burger King crown. So I'm glad you've touched it up and got a better one. So let's see the debut of the Queen of the Indies crown.
Like, but, by the way, Kyle,
By the way.
We've been doing this for 96 episodes, right?
Whoa.
So, and
that's so close to 100.
100.
See, I do math.
You do math?
I can do math.
Oh, good for you. I'm
thank
so
you.
proud of you. Anyway.
I graduated grade 1 yesterday. It was great.
Oh, that's so great. Anyway, but you can no longer call me the Burger Queen.
Oh.
Okay? Because we've upgraded.
Oh, we've upgraded the crown. Oh, there it is.
Yes.
The Queen of the Indies herself, ladies and gentlemen. All hail the Queen of the Indies.
Thank you.
Bow down.
Thank you.
My queen. Yeah, I feel bad for calling you Burger Queen. I don't mean that. I didn't mean that to sound that mean. Just thinking about it now. Don't shake your head at me. I didn't mean for it to be Burger Queen, like, you know, you go eat burgers all the time. I just saying it looked like the Burger King crown, the old
I don't
one.
even like Burger King. Blech.
Blech.
Blech. I don't even eat that shit. Ugh. Makes me sick.
We have so much fun, Tiff. You know,
know.
we're live on YouTube now for about an hour and 54 minutes here, and you know what? Sometimes we can't always go live. Sometimes you guys know what live streaming out there, we run into problems. And one time we ran into like a big problem. We were already stressed going into it, and we just you can just tell in our faces and how we reacted in the opening of the podcast how much it stressed us out. So this was recent. So take a look at the most recent problem we have with live streaming.
Like, but you know, by the way, Kyle, you know, like.
Nope, definitely not that clip. I did it again for the last time here. Here comes the last one. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the All Elite Podcast, right here in No Holds Barred Network and right here on the offline No Holds Barred Network, your source for all wrestling podcast content and more. I am your stressed out, self-proclaimed greatest host as always, Kyle Masters, always joined by my co-host. She's the UVP of Giggles, the Heartbreak Ching, and the Queen of the Indies herself, Tiffany. All right, Tiff, let's just do this stupid podcast. Let's just do this thing.
I swear, like, sometimes, like, before we start recording or we go live, the stuff that's said.
We need to, like, hit record as soon as we enter in a Zoom call together. As soon as we get into it, it needs to be started record.
Just screw it. We're not gonna do any more intros anymore. We're just gonna go in and we're gonna talk about whatever the hell we're gonna talk about. So we're like all the stupid podcasts.
Because, like, we'd have, like, the ultimate blooper reel if we did that.
Oh my god, it would probably be like 10 hours long.
Yeah, because today we were supposed to go live. Clearly we're not. And we had streaming issues. I don't know what the hell was going on. I couldn't figure it out. We just said, we literally went, you know what, screw it, let's do it offline, do the stupid podcast. So yeah, welcome to the AEP Stupid Podcast, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the No Holds Barred Network, where we stupidly talk about AEW, Dark, Dynamite, BT, being the stupid, maybe BTS, right here in the network. God.
Start crying. Oh.
Yeah. We've run into that problem many times where we had to record offline. We were just so stressed and pissed that day. Like, we were like, let's just do this stupid freaking podcast. Let's get it over with.
It's a lot. It's a lot. If you don't content create, you don't understand, like, what it does. And I can't stress it. Like, we still learn as we go. Kyle taught me stuff yesterday that I didn't even know how to do, but it's a lot, man.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It is a lot. I give it props to you, other content creators out there who are fans of us. You guys, we know the struggle, we know the grind, and especially if you live stream. Live streaming is the most stressful thing in your entire life because a lot of podcasts out there are known for just recording offline and posting it. The easy route. We like to keep things fresh, do a live YouTube and Facebook at the same time, and then convert it to audio. We've had fun doing it. I know it's stressful, but it's, you know what? It's kind of like the stress of the game kind of keeps us going. I love putting in the hard work and seeing, you know, what comes out of it, and the appreciation from all you fans out there that you've given to us through these 100 episodes, and we continue on here. It's truly amazing. It keeps us going and keeps us grinding through these pop-ups that happen once in a while. And I'm thank God that we're almost at 2 hours here, and we've been clean throughout. And I was telling Tiff for weeks, and I'm like, oh my God, if we have like this major problem on AEP 100 day, I'm gonna lose my crap.
Yeah. So we've made it through. So.
Yeah,
you have a couple other things, right? That you want.
Yeah, just a couple of photos here, guys. It's been crazy along this journey who we've met in the community and stuff. And obviously one of our favorites was Brandon Cutler. This was at Full Gear at Starcast when we met him. We made him a sign. We got him to sign it. He gave us a bunch of free stuff. And you know what? Cutler is probably the nicest guy I've ever met. And he is just so cool and so humble to meet us, and loved what we did with the Cutler footage. And you know what, for him to remember the interview too, that we interviewed him before that, he was just so cool about meeting us. It was like meeting your best friend from around the block again. It was really cool.
With him a little bit, so it was great.
In that same trip, me and Tiff, we had to go to Cracker Barrel.
Oh God, I still need Crackle Barrel. People owe me dates of biscuits. I'm just saying.
We got the picture done with the rocking chairs, and look, if you see in the middle there, Fat Pharaoh got to sit with us. And at the time that all my friends were dead thing was big, so I captioned it there. And then speaking of Fat Pharaoh, the first time we ever met him, I guess the bigger version of him was at the place in the store in New York on was that Times Square.
Yeah, that thing is like almost $200. Like I legit called. Like I told Kyle because I was like, this needs to be the official mascot, and I was gonna go back into Times Square to go get him, and then the lady told me he was like $200. I'm like,
Wow.
yeah, no. So
when you got the small one,
we got the little one. He's chilling over here.
the miniature Fat Pharaoh.
Mini Fat Pharaoh. By the way,
Mini
Kilroy
Fat Pharaoh.
said it hit over 1 million views last night. Finally. It's
Wow! All right.
about time, guys. So
Woo!
congrats.
The AEW. So, guys, I want to thank you guys for tuning in today, and thank you again to everyone who's tweeted, to all the shout-outs, everything, and all your continued support. Even our audio listeners out there, and you guys are the ones that keep us going here on the network and keep this podcast going, and we're going to continue to provide the best, the fun, and most positive AEW podcast there is out there, and we're going to continue to grow with it and continue to do more things with it as more episodes come in. So I cannot wait for us to continue this pod and have continued success with it. So thank you to everyone again who tune in every week and continue to show us their support. Again, thank you to Darren and These Wolves. Thank you to all the other podcasters support. Everybody, guys. If I miss anyone, I'm sorry. Just thank you so much for everything you guys have done. And make sure you guys are following our socials. Make sure you're following us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at All Elite Pod and at NHB Network. And you're liking this video. You're subscribing to our network. Subscribing on YouTube is a big thing. And even if you tweet and share us as well, that's the big for us as well. So thank you, and we appreciate everything you guys do for us. So yeah, can't really think of anything tomorrow or not tomorrow. Next week. Next week will be an interesting episode. I won't be there, unfortunately. It's like the first time me telling Tiff this, actually. I forgot to bring this up. I'm actually taking a little vacation for me and Mrs. Masters. We're kind of just going out into the brush to a cottage and spending a few days together just to get away from everything. So I'll be off the grid for like 5 days, I think, starting next week. So it'll be Tiff and Ray for you guys next week on 101. And then the week after, 102, we'll be back in the grind. Giving you guys every Thursday of All Elite podcasts, going over Dynamite, BTE, Dark, everything, keeping you guys covered in a fun and positive way, like I said. So thank you to you very much, everybody. It's going to wrap it up. It's been a great episode for celebrating 100 episodes, and cheers to 100 and thousands more, as Darren would say, hopefully. So yeah, it's going to wrap it up. I'm your host, as always, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters. Always joined by my co-host. She is the executive vice president of Giggles, EVP Giggles, the Heartbreak Chick, the Queen of the Indies herself. That's Tiffany. And we'll see you guys next time right here on the All Elite Podcast. Take it easy.
With me, I'm self-fulfilling prophecies. Fight for what I just can't.
Hang on, we're not leaving anywhere, guys. Listen. The Purge is making its return at the end of the show.